In the middle of the Mediterranean, you'll find a small cluster of jewels, islands that sparkle with prehistoric ruins, Roman remains, medieval fortresses, and modern resorts and discos. This is Malta, where history surrounds you. They've all been here before you, Phoenician traders and Arab raiders, Roman galleys, Crusader knights, and Second World War convoys. Malta sits at the crossroads between Sicily and Tunisia and never fails to enchant the modern traveller. The magnet, of course, from the earliest days was the Grand Harbour. This dramatic natural basin is surrounded by medieval walls built by the Order of the Knights of St. John, one of the great military units born out of the Crusades. It was here in Malta that a few hundred of these Christian warriors fought off tens of thousands of Islamic attackers in the Great Siege of 1565. With their old harbour town in ruins, they built a grand new capital, Valletta, now a World Heritage Site. Its narrow streets, flights of steps, and unparalleled architecture are magnificent. When Malta became the base for Allied operations during the Second World War, Valletta's strategic harbours suffered almost daily bombing raids. Veterans of that heroic struggle can visit the Lascaris war rooms deep in one of the city's bastions. Here, the defence of Malta was masterminded.
The troops came from places as far away as Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, West Africa. The Americans came from Galveston in Texas, the Canadians came from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and the British came from the Clyde. We modern historians, we no longer say that the turning point of the war was the Battle of Alamein, but we say that was the end result. The cause of it, the cause of the turning point, was the inability of the Germans and the Italians to actually overcome and take Malta.
Perhaps the crowning glory of Valletta is its cathedral, built by the knights in their brand new city in the 16th century. The first thing you notice is the floor, covered in ornate marble slabs, the tombs of the knights who ruled Malta for more than 2.5 centuries. The walls of local stone have been deeply carved with the insignia of the order's many branches. The famous and rather rich knights gave much of their wealth and works of art to adorn every little niche of this cavernous Baroque cathedral.
Every time they were promoted, say from knight to bailiff or bailiff to grandmaster, they always had to donate a portion of their private income towards the order. This is why they embellished wherever they went.
The Grand Master of the Knights ruled from a palace in Valletta. Today it houses the Maltese Parliament. The corridors and staterooms echo the island's glorious and tumultuous history, from priceless tapestries to gold inlaid suits of armour. History is everywhere, even in fishing villages like Marsaschlok. It's one of many coastal ports where brightly painted boats called Lutzi cast an eye of Osiris on you. The old tradition to ward off evil goes back to the Phoenicians, who were trading here more than 3,000 years ago. Even earlier, pygmy elephants roamed the island. Their bones have been found in caves. But most amazing are the many prehistoric temples, like this one at Hagakim, built thousands of years before Stonehenge or the pyramids.
Many scholars, many prehistorians tried to identify causes for the disappearance, possibly collapse of the temple culture, but without success. What we see is the end, almost abrupt end, of the temple culture and their replacement by a completely different type of construction.
The Maltese islands can be crowded and noisy, except in the old capital, Medina. It's called simply the Silent City, and it's wonderful. You can make yourself at home so easily in Malta. There are many hotels and self-catering flats, B&Bs, youth hostels. You might even want to stay with a family. Everywhere English is spoken. Air quality can be a problem, no thanks to an old bus fleet and constant construction. And if you like to explore on foot, be warned, there are plenty of potholes and flights of steps. But it's worth it. for this island fortress in the Mediterranean is packed with ancient and medieval treasure. For more information, visit our website on topoftheworld.net.